the truth has come to light regarding Halle Bailey's recent bust. She stated that DDG had physically abused her by yanking and pushing her against the steering wheel, which caused her to chip a tooth.
I've always been a little scared of the dentist, but I'm going for my regular cleaning and also because I chipped my tooth.
Maybe someone should remind Halle Bailey that the internet never forgets. As if that weren't enough, DDG's parasocials have also discovered a video in which Halle Bailey seems to be telling her fans that if a man plays with her feelings, he should be killed. With these new revelations, what are you going to do? You'll kill him. Perhaps DDG is correct in claiming that Halle Bailey poses an immediate emotional and psychological risk to both herself and other people. Fans have begun to doubt the veracity of Halle Bailey's recent accusations against DDG, particularly after an old TikTok video appeared that clarified her claims of a chipped tooth that DDG allegedly caused. The video shows her explaining a trip to the dentist, casting doubt on the veracity of her earlier statements and escalating speculation about Halle's emotional state. Additionally, a video of her performing appears to her female fans, seemingly suggesting that men who play with their hearts should be killed. Since their split in October 2024, DDG and Halle Bailey's co-parenting drama has been fraught with serious difficulties, including interactions between the ex-lovers turning violent and aggressive during their time together. These ex-lovers used social media and the internet to generate attention for their relationship through numerous red carpet appearances. They aired their romance to their millions of fans via vocal warm-ups and YouTube live streaming until their split turned nasty due to infidelity problems shortly after their romance faltered. Although DDG and Halle seem to have moved on to new relationships since their breakup, the main source of contention between them is still the co-parenting of their son, Halle. This co-parenting drama has resulted in accusations and counter-accusations from both parties, with incidents of abusive behavior and domestic violence playing out between them in an attempt to gain full custody of their child. DDG painted a picture of a respectful and amicable breakup, emphasizing their endearing love and mutual decision. However, recent events have revealed a far more turbulent and contentious reality. DDG is furious about not being able to be the father he had hoped to be. He stated that he is dedicated to being there for his child, but hasn't spent much time with him. He once said that he is not a deadbeat and would treasure the chance to be there for his son. With the line, "Don't take my son because he's all I got, I'm just having fun. I don't love this stuff." The YouTuber turned rapper wasted no time in heading to the recording studio to release a new song called "Don't Take My Son." In the song, he claims not to have full access to their son and alleges drama with Halle. As the co-parenting drama with his baby mama continued, DDG's loyal fans quickly rallied behind him and started using the hashtag #FreeHalle as a show of support and solidarity. However, in a shocking turn of events, he released a video on X, in which he addressed all of his parasocial fans, telling them to stop their think pieces. He also revealed that he had spoken to his son and that Halle was free.
I talked to my son this morning. All you parasocials, y'all can stop your think pieces now. I talked to my son today, we're good. Can y'all stop saying free Halle? Halle is free, y'all. Okay?
DDG advises his parasocial followers to cease posting their thoughts. The conflict over co-parenting finally became unmanageable. According to court filings, the co-parenting dispute between DDG and Halle Bailey has turned into a full-fledged custody dispute with stunning accusations and divergent accounts from both parties. Halle claims that their co-parenting disputes have turned violent, alleging that DDG physically assaulted her by forcefully pulling and slamming her against the steering wheel, resulting in her chipping a tooth. She has provided evidence of bruises and marks on her body, which she attributes to what she describes as a wrestling match between them. In stark contrast, DDG offers a different account of the incident. He asserts that he arrived to pick up their child Halle for his scheduled custodial time when Halle unexpectedly jumped into his back seat. He claims she demanded they establish a formal parenting schedule, and as tensions escalated, she became increasingly agitated, allegedly jumping from the back seat to hit him. According to DDG, her momentum caused her to accidentally hit her head on the steering wheel. He maintains that he was the true victim in the situation, even presenting a photo of a large cut on his hand which he alleges was inflicted by Halle during their altercation. However, a recent video seems to have put some question marks on Halle Bailey's claim in the old video. She appears to be sharing her recent visit to the dentist with her fans, where she went to have her tooth chipped.
I'm scared of the dentist, but I'm going for my regular cleaning and also because I chipped
According to one of the court filings used in the child custody dispute, Halle claims that weeks after the physical altercation, DDG violated her privacy by breaking into her house, going into her bedroom, and sending her a message with a photo of her empty bed and the caption, "Now I know what you've been on, LOL." A few days later, DDG returned to Halle's house, and this time their encounter swiftly escalated. He became verbally abusive, eventually grabbing her phone and hurling it out of the car window while yelling, "Go get it, bitch." Halle took it as an accusation that she was having sex with other men. Halle, too, filed a police report during this time after DDG took to social media to vent his frustration at his ex about his difficulties seeing child. Halle. The situation escalated when Halle was on vacation in St. Lucia with Halle and her sister, to whom DDG allegedly sent links to posts implying she was on the island with singer Brent Faiyaz. This forced him to acknowledge that there is no way to continue this abuse, and I cannot continue to live this way because I never know when he will demand that our son be in his mother's care, and whether I will face his threats and abuse in response to these. Concerning developments, given that DDG's prior online behavior has caused a great deal of controversy and fan frenzy, the judge issued a temporary domestic violence restraining order against him, requiring him to keep 100 yards from Halle and forbidding him from posting or streaming about Halle and their child. She further asked that DDG be prohibited from inciting his fans against her on Twitch and YouTube by utilizing his platforms, saying, "Whenever he wishes to cause upset, he starts bad-mouthing me to his fans, claiming I'm withholding our son and that I am with men. As a result, I then receive threats and hate on social media." To make matters more serious, DDG was also ordered not to own any weapons. On the day this temporary domestic violence restraining order against DDG expired, he filed an emergency motion against Halle Bailey in an attempt to stop her from taking their son to Italy for work. He alleges that Halle poses an immediate emotional and psychological risk to both herself and their child, arguing that if Halle left the country with Halle, he would not have access to the court's protections or any emergency intervention mechanisms. Halle's mental health is a major concern for DDG, who claims that she is not stable enough to care for herself or their son. He worries that if she were to leave the court's jurisdiction, she might hurt herself, which would ultimately put Halle in danger of having to prove his allegations. DDG details specific instances that he feels demonstrate concerning behavior. He describes a frightening incident in which she stole his gun and fled their house without telling him where she was going. When he finally located her, she was outside, obviously upset, and brandishing a weapon. Notably, he notes that Halle was pregnant at the time of the incident. Additionally, DDG claims that Halle once attempted an abortion without telling him, but ultimately chose not to. His worries grew when he disclosed that, in response to DDG's emergency motion, Halle had sent him a string of frightening texts 2 months after Halle was born, threatening to kill herself and implying that their baby son might also be in danger. Halle Bailey swiftly filed a counter-motion motion with the court seeking permission to take Halle abroad for her work commitments. Additionally, she asked the court to issue an order prohibiting DDG along with his family and friends from posting about their son, the ongoing custody battle, and her on social media platforms. However, DDG suffered a setback as his request for a temporary restraining order against Halle was denied, allowing her freedom to take their child out of the country for personal or business reasons. Despite the fact that DDG's request was denied, a video has also surfaced that appears to suggest Halle advising her fans to kill any man who toys with their hearts. Going to "Do you kill him?" Fans have been able to conclude that Halle might have been indirectly referring to DDG, who many people thought had allegedly toyed with her heart. The co-parenting drama between DDG and Halle Bailey has become toxic, with each of them claiming to be the victim in their protracted legal custody battle. While Halle is accusing DDG of aggressive behavior and domestic violence, with no end in sight to their ongoing conflict, DDG accuses Halle of emotional coercion and manipulation, suggesting a psychological risk to herself and others. The question is whether DDG and HI will ever decide to put aside their differences and have a mature conversation to co-parent amicably rather than voicing their complaints in public. We look forward to hearing your opinions on this complicated matter. Please leave your thoughts in the space provided for comments below.